Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the All Star Wrestling Review Series for the 22nd of March 2000. I'm sorry, not 2000, 1980. Wish that wrestling that good was around in this point. Anyway, hosted by Vince McMahon, Bruno Sammartino. Intercontinental Champion Pat Patterson defeats Johnny Ross in a non-title match, 6:57 with a sunset flip. Patterson at this point going a bit more towards the babyface side of things, which at the time was confusing to at least some fans. Again, Patterson as your Intercontinental Champion, your first Intercontinental Champion. Real basic stuff. Rod's not exactly a guy to take lightly in this time frame, and lots of punch kick takes him down, works over the arm. Patterson managing to come out in blue trunks and coming up a bit as his own man, metaphorically, so to speak, anyway. And so managing to kind of fight back, striking Roz and going after the arm. Lots of arm work. They brawl on the outside of the ring a little bit. And Patterson, I don't really understand giving a guy like this, Johnny Roz, or any other enhancement talent that much offense, but a sunset flip victory is kind of out of the middle of nowhere and can be a good thing just to vary up, not so predictable with the finishes being, well, predictable by any stretch of the imagination. Anyway, Tony Atlas comes in next and he defeats Jose Estrada, uh, and that's a pretty big win for a guy like Tony Atlas at the time. Atlas, of course, coming into the territory over the last several months. Bruno Sammartino conducts a ringside interview with Atlas, joined by some young fans, and Atlas discusses how he matches up against Ken Patera, so Patera and Atlas around the horn, eventually for the Intercontinental title in the weeks and months to come, at least possibly, is there. Atlas, though, going nearly 9 minutes with Estrada, a bit of an overkill in the sense that I don't know that that match needs to be that long for a guy like Tony Atlas, who is primarily power related and really kind of more towards needing to be quick bursts, you know, um, some head scissor stuff, and Tony Atlas manages to hook on the head scissors, stay on for a bit. Rods comes up and or Estrada comes up and does a bit more brawling. Front face lock by Atlas, who manages to hold the position for quite a while. That's why this match being this long is not a good idea. Poke to the eye, and Tony Atlas gets the win. A submission with a Boston Crab is also a bit bizarre. The kids are there, and Atlas talks about wanting to fight with the fans, talking about wanting to be a wrestler most of his entire life, and how a guy like Ken Patera may be powerful, but he has the benefit of the fans to his side, and that's kind of there. Tony Atlas, not exactly the best promo, but the All-American Southerner, kind of a big deal. Baron Mikel Cicluna defeating Angelo Gomez 609 with a knee drop to the chest. Again, a match that goes longer than it needs to. Cicluna, of course, as mentioned before, has been here since the what um, here in wrestling, that is, on and off since the 50s. Cicluna takes the arm lock down and kind of stays on, gets a inverted head scissors, and Cicluna pretty dominant throughout, gets the arm bar. His Gomez, the opponent, not exactly able to fight his way out. He actually gets caught with a judo throw among other maneuvers, and big body slam by Cicluna. Cicluna, the Baron, is a guy that is very serious, and that knee drop is kind of more like a hanging knee drop. Pretty big deal there. Speaking of big deal, JoJo Andrews and Tito Santana, one half, still your tag team champions. Santana works the arm, a couple of drop kicks under the chin as well, and some basic things there. Not exactly a match that you have to really write home about, but at the same time, Santana is one of your hotter baby faces at the time, and as one half of the tag team champions, a pretty big deal. Uh, winning with a 203, just 2 minutes. Bruno conducts a ringside interview, talks about his workout routine, and then we go to Larry Sharp against Mike Masters, 457. Sharp punch, kick, choke, and every other underhanded and illegal tactic he can possibly find along the way. Masters, who is a pretty regular at this point, at least semi-regular enhancement talent, gets overpowered by Sharp. Sharp with the takedown stays on the arm, does as much as he can to get things going in his direction. We actually see a stomach claw. They talk about Killer Kowalski as part of the process here with the claw, even though Kowalski's nowhere to be found. But after a suplex and eventually the pile driver, Larry Sharp wins the match. We'll be back with more right after this.